Hi, I'm Laila and I'm 34 years old. I live in the Spokane Valley. I'm the oldest of 5 and I work in real estate. I noticed at about 10 years old, I started getting treated differently as a child compared to my other siblings. And I was always happy and joyous, but I was definitely the chubby one. Food is how we show our love in my family, and we cook for each other and we eat together and we celebrate, and it's always based around food, so that consumed me quite a bit. In my very young years, we grew up kind of poor, so cleaning your plate was a must-have. Often I felt discriminated against by different factors in my life, whether it be family, sometimes it was friends. School was difficult. Even though I was in shape and I was an athlete, I was still much larger, much taller than all of my friends, and that was pointed out to me. As an adult, it was made evident to me that you definitely get treated different at your job depending on how you look. And it becomes overwhelming, and as well as the bad habits forming, you form some pretty dangerous habits too, and gorging becomes something of an issue, and bulimia ends up coming into the picture, and you try anorexia and just all sorts of things to try and make yourself feel better.
I initially saw Laila in consultation for bariatric surgery here in clinic. She had actually been here about 10 years ago and had spoken with my partner and our other bariatric surgeon, Dr. John Pennings, and she was considering it then. She was in her early 20s and at that point had been struggling with obesity for quite some time, and for numerous reasons she wasn't quite ready yet or able to pursue it, and so 10 years went by. She worked on medical weight loss really hard, a lot of different things that she tried over the years, and unfortunately wasn't successful. Actually gained a significant amount of weight in those 10 years, and so here we are 10 years later. She's in her early 30s and is still struggling with this and looking for something that's going to work for her.
No matter what kind of shoes I wear, my feet hurt every day, and now my body is compensating for my feet hurting, so now my knees hurt. And now my hips are compensating for my knees hurting, so now my hip hurts. And now it's hard for me to walk. And as an athletic person who likes to be active and play and hunt and fish, I can't do those things, and I don't want to let it get any farther. I don't want to have a hip replacement. I don't want to have a knee replacement. I don't want to have to walk with a limp every day. Food truly was and is an addiction for me, and that's one thing that I really appreciated about Northwest Bariatrics is the programs that they involve us in before we go through any kind of weight loss surgery. They want to make sure that mind, body, and soul, you are ready for it. Feeling like you're not alone in the whole situation really helps, and they give you tools specifically to build those structured, good habits in your life.
Her weight at this point has really restricted a lot of different things in her life and her ability to live the way that she wants and needs to live. But she's still young enough that she's going to respond very, very well to these surgeries, and I think she'll do fantastic. She's going to lose a lot of weight. She's going to, as opposed to a lot of people when we do these surgeries, the goal is to improve some of the medical comorbidities like diabetes, high blood pressure, sleep apnea, and we can do that, but it's a lot easier to prevent it than it is to improve or cure these after the fact. So the fact that she doesn't already have these is a real benefit for her.
So I was very happy with how Northwest Bariatrics treated me throughout this process, and we've still got a ways to go, but everybody has been just up and arise to help me or answer any questions that I may have, and I feel like it's right at my fingertips. The nutritionist, she even made sure that I knew that I could friend her on Facebook so that if I have any after hours questions, I could message her. Every time I call to make sure that my appointment's on time or schedule something new, the staff is always very friendly and right there and able and willing to help.
So in Laila's case, she has elected to undergo a sleeve gastrectomy, which I think is a great choice for her. The gastric bypass generally results in a little bit more weight loss, but especially our younger patients who are able to be more physically active during the process can lose an extraordinary amount of weight. The gastric bypass tends to have a little bit better results for some of the medical comorbidities like diabetes and sleep apnea. Luckily, she does not have either of those yet, so I think she would do very well with a gastric sleeve.
So after the consult, we talked about what I would need to do to even make a surgery date, and I needed to lose 4 to 7% of my body fat, so 24 pounds was my goal. I was able to lose those 24 pounds, and we actually made the surgery date for December 19th, 2019.
So on the day of surgery, she'll come in and at that point be extremely prepared for this. That's part of our process, is making sure that the patients know exactly what's going on from day one. That a lot of education is put into this process. The surgery itself will take between 1 and 2 hours, and she's totally asleep under general anesthesia for that. She'll wake up and spend a couple hours in the recovery room afterwards. All of our surgeries are done laparoscopically with the cameras and small incisions, so recovery times are minimized because of that. She will then go down to her inpatient room. All of the patients stay overnight, monitor for any immediate issues or complications that they may have, and the next day generally get discharged home.
I really think that after the surgery, people will look at me differently, but the people that are in my life and around me constantly will feel relief. And that's something that's very important to me because I care so much about everybody. To know that I'm taking care of myself and making them feel better about my situation and taking that off of their shoulders is a big thing, because my weight has not only affected me my whole life, it's affected the people around me, my grandparents, my mother, my father, my siblings, the people that love me and see me every day. They see me struggle, and I really just can't wait to not have to have them worry.
Northwest Bariatrics, all of our bariatric surgeons are fellowship trained in bariatric surgery. We have a fantastic program that is multidisciplinary, includes dietitians and program coordinators and physical therapists, respiratory therapists, physician's assistants, and bariatric surgeons. All of the nurses in the hospital have been trained specifically to deal with bariatric patients. All of the equipment is able to take care of our bariatric patients, and we have fantastic outcomes. We continue to track our outcomes constantly and compare them nationally, and really do a great job with that, and our patients do very well and are happy, and we're very proud of that.